Okay. Sage Jadan Sage Sanam La Janju Batu Dani Tage Zinso Give Sanam Je Jola Benje Sanye Duva Jo Sanje Jadan Soye Son Sanjo Batu Dani Japson Je Tage Zinso Give Sanam Je Jola Benje Sanye Duva Jo Sanje Jadan Soye Ane Japson Je Tage Zinso Give Sanam Je Jola Benje Sanye Duva Jo. Okay. Today is the 6th day. For me, it felt like time flew. I don't know for you. So, last day. Then tomorrow, stupa? You're going to the stupa? Huh? Or another session, morning session? Yeah? Morning stupa and session maybe? Anyway, you discuss what you want to do. Yeah? Okay, then if session, then what session? Huh? Yeah, meditation session. Meditation session every evening. Kabirji doing, I think. No? Morning, evening, morning, evening.
But this analytical emptiness meditation, nobody is ever doing. Even not the teachers. Nobody ever. So really do it.
Analytical meditation?
Yes. About meditation, emptiness.
Analytical emptiness meditation we are doing every day. So let's see, okay. Okay, so like that. Integration Madhyamaka into practice life, meditation, analytical vipassana, resting, non-fabrication. Yeah, so analytical, chegum. Chepa is analytics, to research, to figure out. Chepa. Then gom is meditation. So, non-fabricate, resting in non-fabrication, I think this one, Chegum, yeah. So anyway, here today, So, utilizing all of the analysis that we have been talking about for the last 5 days, yeah, now you're combining all of these, okay? So, utilization of all of the different logics that we have been talking, yeah? Lot of things we talk about, so many things. So, each and every one of those is the utilization of how to implement the contemplation of understanding inherentness. That the non-existence of inherentness is there. Yeah, we went through the Ribegya Bhutendeki, yeah, the king of logic, which is dependent origination. Then yesterday we also in the concept of Talemai, Sheleme, Yileme, Jumeme, yeah, through that also. Then anyway, so whatever we have talked about so far, now even I cannot recall. Yeah. So anyway, yeah, first day we talked about 2 extremes. Yeah, the concept behind why the implementation of emptiness comes into the view of emptiness. The first day we talk about the view of emptiness. We are not defining whether it is structural, we're not defining whether it is conceptual, whether we're not defining if it is in the nature, we are not defining anything. We're just thinking it as purely as a view implementation of a perspective, outer perspective. So we establish that, and through that, then understanding what is takta cheda, eternalism, the concept of eternalism and nihilism. So through that, we have first one, we have Tongi. Tongi, first day we establish as the view, right? So view, then Rangshi, nature. Then through nature we contemplated many things in regards to whether anything can be found, if they were inherently real, then if they're changeable, then if everything was not existent, then things will be, in a certain, the perspective will see in a certain way, so on. So that through that, then things do appear, do function, but do not exist from their own side. So this is one contemplation. Then I think second day we talk about the true truths. Thandamba, Kunjab Demba, Thandam Demba, the Kunjab Demba. So why Kunjab Demba? Why is Kunjab Demba? Why is conventional? Why is conventional true? Why do we call the conventional truth? Yeah, this we talked about. And why it is conventional? Why the ultimate truth is ultimate and why it's true? So to establish that, then we utilize, we utilize the concept of emptiness beyond conceptual elaboration, not not a substance, not an entity, not a view. Then we slowly let go of the view of emptiness. So we let go of all of that. Then the relationship between the two, based on realities, the two seeing different realities, two existing in different realities, existing simultaneously but in different realities. And these realities, one is inherent, one is non-inherent. Yeah, the inherent concept, or conventional. Then the non-inherent part, then ultimate. So on that basis, so we talked about that. So this is also very profound logic in order to establish the concept. Yeah. Then what we talked third day. Third day, then we started. So that. Then third day, I think we concentrate on how to dismantle the grasping attitude through the negating functional identity. Yeah, so through the negating part. That's the third day we talk about why negation is important, what the concept of negation is, how to negate, what are the negatories. Yeah, there we talk a little bit on the concept of experiential, what do you call experiential experiential obscuration, and then Shative wisdom obscuration, we talked about that. Then we talk about cause and effect, so on and so forth. So these things, I think, on the third day we talk. Yeah. Then on the fourth day, through the concept of negation, then comes the concept of cause and effect, and through the cause and effect, then we talked about on the fourth day, we talked about dependent origination. The establishment of the concept of dependent origination. Then in the concept of developing dependent origination, then we bring out all the different, different wisdom sets, right? Then we talked about Madhyamaka, in the non-existent, truly non-existent, ultimately non-existent, then selfless, from the concept of the selfless part as well, right? Yeah, recalling? Little bit of flashback coming. Yeah, so these things we establish. Yeah, then through these things, then how to establish Madhyamaka, how to establish non-truth. That one. Then whether existence, on the concept of existence. So this is all analytical. But there's nothing to experience out of that. It's all analytical. You're conceptually understanding nature in things. If things existed, then you check whether they actually have to exist from the self, from the others, from whether one of the self or the others, or from costlessness, or do they depend on cost, do they depend on origination, do they depend on our conceptual labeling? How does things work? Well, this is what we've been talking about for the last 5 days now. Then through that, then we had a clear concept. We establish, not clear, but we establish roughly, whatever I know on the concept of dependent origination. Yeah, through the 12 links of dependent origination, we established something like that, I think. So now utilize Chegom. So now Chegom, one thing you use is you use the Themba. Yeah, Themba is remembrance, recall. Yeah, what do you call recall? You want to call recall or remembrance? This is the key point of the mind that you are using when you are using Chegom. Yeah, the Themba. Without the Themba, then Chegom cannot happen, because the always instruction always not going to be in front. This is why in the Tibetan system there is the memorizing system. Themba, you utilize Themba, recall, or what do we say, recollection. Yeah, you utilize recollection. This is a key point of your mind where you can truly use the concept of Chegom. Yeah, concept of analytical analysis. Yeah, analysis meditation. So yeah, Chegom. So through that, then when you are able to analyze the whole concept in the manner that we've been going through, so ultimately utilization your hand. Yeah, ultimately the wisdom to utilize also in your hand. Ultimately what wisdom intrigues you also in your hand. Intrigues, yeah? What wisdom intrigues you also in your hand. People utilize compassion to develop the view of emptiness. Yeah, people utilize the Four Noble Truths, and I think we also talked how the Four Noble Truths are linked to the view of emptiness. Also, we talked about it. Anyone recall? Yeah, remembering? Yeah, good. So yeah, so in Buddhism philosophy, Buddhist philosophy, I think I always say my teacher used to every single day when I go with my peja or text, or debate philosophy text to Gyala, then Gyala never look at text, everything memorized. So he closes his eye and the first thing he says is, this topic is the most important topic. Every day. Then tomorrow again is different topic, then he closes his eyes. This topic is the most important topic. Yeah? Then after that, then the other topic we go again, then he closes, I look up, this is the most important topic. And he seriously means it. It's not like saying out of joke or anything. And this is one very, very interesting thing, that now you see that everything, so then it gets a little bit confusing. Everything seems to be so important. But in reality, I think it is utilization. Things are important to different people. One topic important to you, one topic important to you, one topic important to you, one topic important to you. Yeah, one uses this topic to utilize, one uses that topic to utilize, one uses this logic to utilize, one uses that logic to utilize. This is why if you truly want to establish the whole, analytical side of the development, or of the development of the concept, or development of emptiness in reality, then I think studying Madhyamaka Avatara Ripa Gyatak. Gyatak is what? 100,000. Yeah, so Ripa Gyatak, Ripa is logic. So 100,000 logic established. Buddha established 100,000 logics in order to establish the view of emptiness. And this is all meant for different people, because different people utilize logic in different ways. So not necessary that you need to study all 100,000, but to find out which logic is suitable to your concept, that is important. Right? Make sense? Yeah. So that is there. So then through the analysis, So through the analysis, what happens is you no longer find object. You no longer find object not as in function. Functioning is there. You no longer find object in the concept of fabrication. Yeah, the fabrication, the concept no longer need to be applied. We see what we see. When you are indifferent, the concept of indifference, then there is no judgment, there is no, what we say, bias, there is no need to interpret, there is no grasping. So something like that, I think. Yeah. So through that analysis, then you no longer find objects because no longer need to be applied. You no longer need to analyze at all. The need to analyze disappears, because the only reason the need to analyze is there is because, what do we say, a lot of fabrication. You're analyzing not the truth, you're analyzing the fabrication and trying to dismantle the fabrication. Yet the truth is that the fabrication does not exist. So if you look at the eye, then the truth is that the grasping does not exist in the eye. The grasping is fabricated. Yeah, the importance of something is fabricated. The importance does not exist, it's fabricated. So knowing that the importance that I'm feeling towards it is fabricated, now you start to see, that's the ultimate nature in it. Yeah? So I think something like that. No experience, but something like that. Then when that happens, then it rests in non-fabrication, the state of non-fabrication. So therefore no arising, then no negating, then no correcting, no labeling, no interpretation. Yeah, just like Heart Sutra. When you read the Heart Sutra, no eye, no nose, no mouth, no this, no that, no attainment, no liberation. What does that mean? Exactly this. No fabrication. It doesn't mean the eye does not exist. It doesn't mean the nose does not exist. Yeah, we read the Heart Sutra. Every tradition reads the Heart Sutra. This is common grounds of understanding the view of emptiness. Every tradition accepts the Heart Sutra as the teaching, teaching in Chagopambori.
We did say that about text. Every tradition uses exactly that text we use.
Huh?
Every tradition uses exactly the same Heart Sutra we use, the same text.
Yeah, there's no different text. Is it different text, Heart Sutra?
No, I'm wondering. Yeah, okay.
No different text, same text. Yeah, so the continuity, the utilization of the logic behind it, now establishment of the logic behind the Heart Sutra, now there little bit, there is different ways how people establish in different concepts. Systematically, if you talk about the four different schools, when they read the Heart Sutra, they establish inner meaning differently. Then there is the concept of Tangde and Nyede. What do we say, Tangde and Nyede?
Definitive and interpretive.
Yeah, so definitive, there's a little bit of a differentiation between definitive meaning and interpretive. What is interpretive meaning? There is a little bit of difference. But the whole concept of the view of emptiness is this one accepted on the basis of the application. Same. So through this analysis, now understanding no longer find object, no longer need to find the object, no longer need to apply conceptual views, no longer need to grasp. Therefore, because of that, then the non-fabrication. If I dismantle the existence of something on one side, if I, let's say, This one, I think it happened in our normal world a lot. Yeah, when you listen to the news from one perspective and from other perspective, your concept keeps on changing. Yeah, one supportive news then says, "Oh, this person did this and this and this, and with the intention of this and this and bad and this and so destroying and so on and so forth." Now, the way we see that is, the person is bad, the person is this, the person is that, the person is manipulating the system. No. Then the other news comes from the other side and says, "No, we have figured out, we have proven that he has not been indulging in all of that," and so on and so forth. Now our concept completely changed. Business is like that. Business is all about selling. How do you sell? By interpretation. That's how you sell. You just need to know the grasping part. Grasping is the utilization key to business. If there's no grasping, there's no business. But then the product that we utilize through that grasping in business, whether that is lasting, whether that is eternally true, whether that is ultimately true, or whether that what is inherently non-existent, that one you figure out. You look at it. You look at our action towards it. You look at our reaction towards it. There's always a time phrase. Time phase. Huh? Yeah, time frame. Yeah, time frame. With that, everything is time frame. When you're utilizing, cream, there's also a time frame. When you're utilizing clothes, there's also a time frame. We say fashion, no? Fashion becomes the time frame. So when you look at the conceptual, structure of how things are labeled and how things are conceptually viewed from our perspective, when the grasping attitude is engaging, and then when you look at the exact same thing when the grasping attitude is not engaging, now you see the complete two different realities. This is why our reality is very prone to go to the extremes, because we are not, we are not trained to be able to balance things, no? Mentally we are not trained. So when you're not trained, the structure itself is very, very loose in some sense. Yesterday we were talking about the 12 links of dependent origination. You look at the 12 links of the dependent origination, so well structured. Conceptually what comes? Form, aggregates, feeling. This is all not independent. It's all dependent on change. Our own structure, body structure, you look at your own picture from, 20, 30 years ago of yourself, you look at the picture, you'll already see the whole construct of non-reality there. Because that was once the reality. The feeling that was there once, reality. The emotion that was there once, reality. The place that you were once there, also reality. So real, so experientially real. Sometimes blows the mind now. Feels like we are living in completely different, realities. Sometimes every day you feel like that. You feel, one day you feel good, you feel like, today I'm in a good, happy mood. Then tomorrow your reality completely changes. Yeah, the weather is bad, then traffic is higher, then you start to see your enemies walking around. The reality completely changed. Where is the joy? Where is the happiness? Where is the peace that was there yesterday? Is it abstract? Is it construct? Is it construct? Is it abstract? Is it inherent? Now comes the concept. Is it self-born? It is dependent on external, outside. Is it causeless? Does it just arrive naturally like this? Or is it applied? Is it viewed? How much of it is from the subjective side and how much of it from the objective side? We normally, if it's subjective side, then everything has to be subjective. If it's objective side, then everything has to be objective. How you define between the two? Where's the reality? Yeah, we say fashion, same thing, yeah. Once short curly hair for women was a fashion. Exactly. Subjective, objective, object and subject relation, dependence, coordination. The independent nature not existent there. So, I think through the Qigong, this is the method of the Qigong. Okay, the method of the Qigong is not leading. The method of the Qigong is contemplating, utilization of wisdom. Yeah, this is what analytics is. Analytics is utilization of wisdom. Yeah, so analytics through that. So therefore, when you analyze, then you start to see the solid fabrication, whether it be from the mind, whether it be from the experience, whether it be from feeling, whether it be from our own understanding of intrinsicness, or whether it be from our experiential side where we experience the inherentness. Yeah, the need, the greed, the want, the lust, the so on and so forth. This is, you look back, you see, the cause is there. The grasping. How do you pinpoint down to the grasping? I'm happy here, I'm safe here, I'm in my safe bubble, there's no one harming me here. Yeah, I have enough money saved, so I don't have to worry about anything externally. Yeah? Then there's a quiet place, no distraction, my mind is happy. Is that the true nature of actually being, what we say, being in this state of non-dualistic state? Then suddenly music, boom, 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 boom. What happens? Completely disappears. You're grasping towards the need to be so, what we say, protected. Completely gone now. Yeah, now you're closing your ears, screaming, who's playing music, that is. So there you start to see the reality of things. The reality of things is not just being in this state of reality of things. If you do not discover if you don't discover the reality of the non-fixation, then even if you're at peace, one small sound and that peace is gone. Now, imagine that exact same reality without the fixation. Without you putting all these walls up in order to protect yourself. Imagine, just imagine. This is analytic meditation. Just imagine. Where it doesn't bother you, where the grasping, the need to be at this space is not there. This is not achieved by realizing emptiness. This is achieved by what?
Utilization. Utilization.
Yeah, utilization of analytics. The utilization of analytics, the analytics that we've been talking about for the last 4 or 5 days, utilization of that analytics. And why? How does the utilization of that analytics help? Because that analyzes, that utilization of the analysis, what it does, it discovers the concept of fabrication, the concept of grasping, the concept of the inherent. That is what we are dealing with. So you look at your mind is fluctuating all over the place because of that. So anyway, that application is important. So through that then appearance continues. Yeah, yesterday there was a talk in regards to whether samsara continues or not. Yes, samsara continues. Yeah, appearance continues. Cause and condition continues. But without grasping. Without the need to see or without the need to prove that it is non-fabricated. Yeah? Yeah? So it exists without the grasping, it exists without conceptual view. This is the practice of non-conceptual vipassana. You practice shamatha, vipassana, meditation, you sit in room whole day, 24 hours, don't eat, sit like this. What are you trying to achieve? And this is the analytical side of vipassana, true, really. In the dharma context of practice, this is the analytical side of vipassana. This is why before doing vipassana, you must do shamatha. Shamatha, shamatha, what's the vipassana without shamatha? Then it's like, calm mind supported by fabrication. Just the example I gave. When you come to this place, there's no sound, there's no distraction, you have the money to spend, everything okay, then the moment music comes, then what happens? That is vipassana without, vipassana without shamatha, or shamatha without vipassana, whichever way you want to look at it. So the non-conceptual application of the wisdom, the wisdom you apply of understanding non-conceptual, implementation, that one is utilized in the practice of vipassana to attain the Arya, Bodhisattva Aryahood. So, making sense so far? Yes? Yeah, okay, good. So, Jegum, yeah, so through that then the appearances continue, but the grasping cease to exist. Yeah, this is why I say once you understand this, understand the subtle subtle concept of utilizing the logics behind dependent origination and emptiness, then you can eat without greed, enjoy without grasping, fly without wings. No. Pakpe Yu, yeah, in India, long time ago, Pakpe Yu, Vipassana practitioners, they used to say that there were people flying all over the place. I don't know how much you believe, but it's written in the historic context. So anyway, this is how you fly without wings. Yeah, dependence on wings. If you want to depend on wings, yes, you're good. Yeah, then you make paper wing, you make a metal wing, you make all kinds of wings, and you try, and finally we have succeeded. We have made a plane that flies with a metal wing. But through this, then the non-duality, establishment of the concept of non-duality, that happens. So enjoyment without lust. Yeah? What do we say? First day, I think Venerable Kabir ji asked in regards to, what was it, Venerable Kabir? Sorry. I used to. What was it? We were talking about practice. practice joy and
having regrets or having hardships, or how to unite it with joy. You mean that one?
Yeah. That what did I say that time?
You said joyful suffering, joyful everything.
There you go. Yeah. So yeah. So applying, this is, I think, the same concept when it comes to Charok Lama Rinpoche's words. Yeah. What is it? Eat with compassion, sleep with compassion, do this with compassion. Everything with compassion. This is where the when you are able to establish that link, I think. Just like I said, it makes no sense in some sense, But then if you truly think about this logic, if you truly think about dependent origination, if you truly think about the inherentness, letting go of the inherentness, then it's possible. Why not possible? With this is why our mind always parting things. If it's good, then it cannot be bad. If it's bad, then it cannot be good. This is the inherent concept that we have, no? If she's good, then she's good. She cannot be bad at all. If she is bad, then she cannot be good at all. But the nature is completely different there. And I think we understand that as people who live in samsara, who experience samsara, who go through samsara, who went through samsara, then you start to see, yes, my conclusion of how things are supposed to be and what I want things to seem like is, there's no inherentness in there. There's no reality in there. So if there's no reality in there, then why don't utilize that non-reality? We always push back on that side, So anyway, so that is that. Then comes I think the utilization of the union of the two. Yeah, what we say, shamatha and vipassana. Calm abiding. How do you explain the word abiding? Stable, right? Resided, like.
Residing as inhabiting, as living in a house, as being.
Yes. So yes. Okay, now that makes more sense. I couldn't understand calm abiding. I understand calm, but abiding I didn't know. So, okay. So yeah, then it makes sense. So the concept of calm abiding, shamatha, shine, shivala neba, shivala neba. So now it makes sense. So anyway, shine, the concept of shine, I think shine is stabilizing. Yeah. So even wisdom, even compassion, even good things, whether it be bad things or good things, it needs to be stabilized. If not stable, then what happens? Fluctuates. If it fluctuates, then what happens? Doesn't last. Doesn't make sense? No stability, fluctuation. Fluctuation, then doesn't last. Some people say, I try to meditate, I try to concentrate, I try to focus, but I cannot focus. Why you cannot focus? Because of the fluctuation. Clear answer, fluctuation. Your mind going up and down, here and there, everywhere. Fluctuation. Yeah. So stabilizing that fluctuation, I think this. Wisdom. In order to utilize wisdom, what is wisdom? The view of emptiness. Yeah, wisdom and method. Method is compassion, wisdom is the view of emptiness. So you want to unite these two. First you need to, stabilize the wisdom. So without the stabilization of the wisdom, emptiness, stabilization of that, then you cannot, go inside it. In order to utilize, you need, good example, okay? I don't know, maybe nowadays people still do. You do sewing, saw. Yeah, you have the saw, saw needle. Then before you saw, you need put thread in the hole or the needle like this? Yeah. So what do you need? Stable. Yeah. Without stable, you cannot put thread through it. The exact same thing. Yeah. Utilization is being able to utilize. Then stability is the hand. And shaking like this, then no matter how much you try, you really cannot. Yeah. So this, I think, this gives maybe a little bit clearer picture in regards to what I'm talking about when we talk about stabilization. So wisdom must be stable in order to what do we say? In order to perfect the insights. Yeah. So you're using your needle, sewing needle, in order to sew the rib cloth. This is utilization of the wisdom. Then utilization of the wisdom first need to be stable. Without stability, utilization does not happen. So exact same concept. Utilization you need, because utilization now the concept of utilization is not just developing it and reaching a point where you have complete development. This is like our what do we say, conceptual view. Yeah. Inherentness, like our inherentness. So there's nothing like that. The concept of utilization is learning to apply the same concept on different things. So wisdom, emptiness, easy to apply on something that you don't care about. Like for example, I don't know, what do you don't care about? Something external, like someone else's glass, that eyeglass or something like that. Yeah, this one nothing to do with me. I don't need eyeglass. I don't wear eyeglass. Nothing. So inherent nature. Yeah, she uses it, but she uses it because she has to. Maybe there's some grasping attitude from her side. But in reality, the grasping attitude doesn't exist, because if the grasping attitude truly existed in the glass, then I would have to have that grasping attitude. I don't have that. It's a little bit easier. External thing, quite easy. External also, compassion also external. When you don't know anything about someone, and then compassion easy. When you just see, like you go to the stupa, you see the beggar, then compassion easy. The situation, you say, oh, poor thing. Then, oh, please give, then you're able to give. But then you understand the nature of all of this, what is going on, what is behind it. You go searching, researching, resurfacing all of that. Yeah? Then it's different. When it's linked to you, then it's different. When you don't have enough money, then giving is hard. Yeah, when you have barely enough to survive, then giving is hard. Same thing. When others are not giving, you say, oh, what's wrong with them? Why not giving? Right? But then when you bring the concept of you into it, then the picture starts to change. So now the concept is you need to be mastering it, is utilizing it in every aspect. That is mastering. Mastering compassion is exactly what Lama Zopa, Yabja Lama Tupten Zopa Rinpoche says. Die with compassion, eat with compassion, sit with compassion, sleep with compassion, do with compassion. That is mastering compassion. So, mastering the view of emptiness, exactly the same. Eat with the application of view of emptiness, eat with dependent origination, sit with dependent origination, sleep with dependent origination, enjoy with dependent origination. That's, I think, mastering. This is the whole concept of mastering. Making sense? Yeah? Okay, good. So wisdom. So this is insight, okay? The whole insight is your strength or your willingness or your joy to apply it in every situation. This is insight. Yeah. So in order to utilize this insight, what you need to do is you need to stabilize the platform. Without stabilizing the platform, the utilization is not going to come. Yeah. So just like the example that I gave, exactly same. So stabilizing is important. Then stabilizing, in order to stabilize, then there is a practice. That practice is called shamatha, or calm abiding. Calm abiding is all for stabilization. This is why a lot of people, they go into vipassana before doing shamatha. What happens? No stable grounds. It gets too much, it gets too hard. It can, sometimes, I have heard people who have gone to these vipassana practices, and 1 month vipassana practice, then after 3 days they cannot, they just walk out. No. My mind cannot handle it. So, because of no stabilization. So, shamatha, this is where the shamatha comes into place. Yeah, so shamatha, mainly 3 aspects of shamatha, I think. Now, there are 9 stages and all of this, and then practice method and so on and so forth. We don't go too much into it. I just give you the brief idea on shamatha. Shamatha, there's 3 aspects. First aspect is placement. Huh?
Yeah, I was thinking Jogom.
Huh?
Jogom.
Yeah, jugom, placement. Yeah. So first aspect of developing shamatha, the concept. Okay, what is shamatha? The first aspect is placing. Yeah. Second aspect is taming. Yeah, taming. There's many different aspects within placement. Yeah. So like I said, there's nine levels of practicing shamatha. This one, you look at the picture over there next to the door on the right, on the left side. Then you see the monkey and the elephant and the rabbit, going out like this. So this is 9 methods. Anyway, I don't know the translation of the 9 methods. So that one. So anyway, the main focus, first focus is placement. Second focus is taming. What does shamatha do? Shamatha develops placement and tames. Okay. Then the third one is pacifying. Through taming, then comes pacifying. Full control, full. So these, I think, the 3 things that shamatha does to your mind is it stable placement, it puts it in place, then taming, then pacifying. That's the 3 things, I think. Now within placement, I think in the English translation there is like placement, replacement, full placement, I don't know, complete placement, things like that. That one I don't understand too much, but anyway, something like that. The main focus of shamatha, you need, if you want to go to practice shamatha, then you know, okay, these are the reasons, these are the 3 main things to do in the shamatha, is placement, taming and pacifying. Yeah. So through the placement and taming and pacifying, what you achieve is you achieve single-pointedness and balance. Yeah, this is the stabilization. This is what we were talking about when I said stable. Stable is your ability to balance and your ability to focus. Yeah? Your ability to focus comes from single-pointedness. This is why we're not bad at focusing. We're quite good at focusing. It's just that our ability to focus is dependent so much on the on the external conditions. Too much on the external conditions. Yeah, like in the old days, when I was up in Kupan in the monastery, we used to have one monk, and he was the only one who had the TV. Yeah, big. Thick TV, small like this, but big. It's not like flat nowadays. Big, and then also what he used to have is he used to have Bruce Lee movies. Those days it was all about Bruce Lee. So he had these huge cassettes that he puts into this. And those days, entertainment, like this kind of entertainment, didn't exist at all. Now you have, every person, you have the phone in their hand, but those days, one TV in the whole, I think whole Kupan area, maybe I think Lama Lindu had in his in his room. Lama Lindu is the abbot. Maybe I think he had in his room. But within the monk, then he was the one who had it. Now he passed away. Anyway, so we used to go to watch movie at his place, and he used to charge us. So we have, in those days we have coin, and nowadays in India and Nepal you hardly see coin, using coin, but those days we used coin. So a bunch of us, we come together, then we have one coin, then we under the door, the slit under the door, then we don't push it completely in, because then we are frightened he will take and not open the door. So we press the coin with our hand, show half of the coin, push it in, and then we have to wait like this until the door goes katak katak katak. Yeah? So then the moment the door goes katak katak katak, then we release the coin. And then one person has to, I don't remember, maybe 25 cents, one person. But then there will be like 5 people waiting at the door, waiting like this. Then the moment the door open, then everyone pushing. Oh! So whoever gets it, like that. So those days, when it came to entertainment, we sat on like hard floor. There was no cushion, no nothing, and we would sit for hours like this, and nothing mattered. Cold floor didn't matter. Winter, at that time I was monk, so we didn't have like nowadays pashmina, thick zen and all of that. Thin zen, normal zen. So, and then some of us didn't have sandals, but didn't matter at all. It was the entertainment, and our single-pointed concentration that time was so good. We didn't know how time flew. Then after like one whole movie, then he said, okay, finish, everyone out, movie finish. Then we said, only 5 minutes, 5 minutes. So I think our ability to utilize our single-pointed concentration is not, don't be discouraged, because it's still there. It's very clear, our ability to concentrate and our ability to focus on a certain thing. How to remain the focus now, that one is different. Now it's getting, I think, less and less and less and less. And now this is utilization, research of TikTok. Yeah, I think TikTok did this research and figured out that humans' attention span now, I think 16 seconds or something like that. Yeah, attention span, yeah? Yeah, you search Google, attention span, human attention, I think 16 seconds or, I don't remember, 36 or 16 seconds, something like that. So our attention span completely gone down also. But that does not mean we cannot focus. For that 16 seconds, we are very focused. So anyway, this is just single-pointed, on the concept of single-pointedness. Then the importance of balance, we have been talking about it for the last 5 days. Yeah, dependent origination, whole concept of dependent origination is the order to balance. Whole concept of the view of emptiness, not going to the extremes. What does it mean not to go to the two extremes? It means come to the middle where the balance is. Don't be so fixated here and don't be so fixated there. One thing we do is we are so fixated with our life, this life, too fixated. Then when death comes, we freak out. Then our mind goes all over the place. No realization that from the Lamrim, like the Lamrim teaches, that is certain. Then the time is uncertain. Today you're very fit, very good. Then after 1 week you hear news, oh, this person passed away. This one actually happened a lot during COVID. People who were going to gym, who had really good, what we say, food, what do you call that? Nutrition, they're very focused on health. A lot of these people suddenly disappeared at COVID time. Not just them, but just giving them as an example, because our normal focus is, oh yeah, maintain good nutrition, take care of health, and live long. Yes, you need to maintain, yes, and of course it will help in living long, but you cannot guarantee it. This is the point. You can't be fixated on it. Yes, it does, but don't be fixated on it. Make sense? Yeah. So the balance. So placement. Now this is what we say non-inherent balance. I think when it comes to application of dependent origination in the view of emptiness, is non-inherent balance that we are looking in. External balance, balance of wisdom. To coordinate between that, right? So now come abiding internal balance, balance in emotion. Yeah, like I said, placement, taming, and pacifying. Yeah, it gives you the stable practice in order to be able to balance, internal balance. So two things that this practice does is single-pointed concentration, develop single-pointed concentration, and what? Balance. And through those two things, yeah, single-pointed concentrated balance is similar to what we were talking about yesterday in regards to, one of the things that we always, I think we always tend to forget is that joy is there when you are in that state of focus and balance. Joy is there when there is stability. Because our mind moves what do you call it? Glides. It glides, without no need push, no need pull. It glides on the concept of balance. So this is there. So this is why also 신장기 대화.
It's when the mind becomes very serviceable, flexible.
장바. Pliability. Yeah, 장바. 장바, through practice, achieving pliability. 장바. Then through that jang, then what happens? Then dewa. Peace. Some utilize peace, some utilize joy. I think for me, joy sounds much better. I don't know why, but it's easier to connect. Joy is, I think, happiness. In most senses, happiness seems like conditioned. In most sense, yeah, I'm happy I achieved. I'm happy this happened. I'm happy you are well. I'm happy. There's something conditioning there. Yeah, I think our mind somehow connect the happiness with conditioning. But joy is just, what do you call? Sort of like just jangba. What do you call? Pliability. Yeah? Joy is there when there is no conditioning at all. Joy is there when you go to a garden and you're like, yeah? Like yesterday we were talking about the stretch, same thing. Do you say you're happy when that happens? No, I don't think. Maybe you can say, I don't know. But then, more applicable, yeah? So, that concept. So, inner practice, this is dependent on the practice of shamatha, practice of your ability to believe, to placement, to taming, and to pacifying. This mental thing. Then external joy comes through the wisdom. Yeah? External joy coming through the wisdom, and especially the wisdom of dependent origination. Okay, good. We're doing good so far. Okay, make sense? Yeah? Making sense? Okay. Yes.
when we cultivate focus, can we get too attached to the grasping of that focus?
Yes. Yes, yes.
And how we recalibrate, how we...
This is why, like I said, view of emptiness is not applied in just in sitting down and in practice. Once you are able to develop the link between the coordination between intrinsic nature, non-inherent nature, selfless nature, non-dualistic nature, yeah, through the concept of dependent origination. Once you're able to establish the conceptual connection there, analytical connection there, then this connection is just a connection. Without utilization, it's just going to be an understanding. Okay. Right? So, utilization of this connection, implementation on different things is important. Yeah? So even when it comes to enlightenment, then implementation on enlightenment is also important. This is why also emptiness of enlightenment. Yeah? Then realization of emptiness, also implementation. This is where the emptiness, we talked about it yesterday. The emptiness of emptiness also comes. Dongye ki dongye. Duje dongye, che damje dongye, chi dongye, nang dongye, chi nang dongba nye, dongba nye, dongba nye, tendaba dongba nye. So there's all these practices. Yeah? Dongye chutu, 16 categories of the view of emptiness, then 20 categories of the dongye issue. This is established in order so that you know that it's not just understanding the connection between these links. This connection, I think we can also get to a point where we're going, okay, I see. Dependent origination, yeah. Dependent origination means there's no independence there. They will understand, right? So the understanding is there. Now clear connection has to be there. This, I think the clear connection, then once the clear connection develop, I think this is closer to what we call conviction. Yeah? So when you are able to utilize the connection of whatever we talked yesterday, day before yesterday, in the last 5 days, compiling all the concepts together to what we say, to establish the non-inherent existence. This is what we've been doing. So now once you do this and you are able to utilize all of this in order to bring out non-inherent existence, connect the connections, connect the connections, then through that then comes conviction. Then conviction is just conviction. Conviction not going to get you anywhere unless utilization. And utilization is now when you see the I coming up, then you say, I can apply it here. Yeah, compassion is compassion. We say, that spark of need of genuine, sincere, unconditional love, care, joy in loving, joy in caring, joy in taking care of, joy of nurturing. Yeah, if you have a son, daughter, if you have kids, then you know that. It's not easy. But then the joy is there. So the continuity, the consistency in the practice of genuine, sincere, unconditional care, unconditional giving is always there. So this is the real practice, So this is why I said, just what I mentioned, Charok Lama Rinpoche's way, a method of practicing compassion is so amazing, because it is not just teaching about compassion, it's teaching that compassion is living, compassion is dying, compassion is giving, compassion is eating. It's just just the connection that you need to make. Then we say, eating compassion, how? Does that make sense? Eating with compassion? Sitting on the toilet with compassion, that makes sense? Yeah, we say pooping, pooping. Yeah, pooping with compassion. Makes sense or not? Connect the link. Giving with compassion, you say, that makes sense. Taking with compassion, that makes sense. I'm taking you to enlightenment with compassion. Makes sense. So if giving and taking can make sense, yeah, like we say, daleme, sheleme, nyileme, giveme, the three aspects of dark Shen. If Shen, compassion to others makes sense, then compassion to self also makes sense. Then compassion to self and others also makes sense. This is the utilization of compassion. So same thing with emptiness as well. Not just one aspect, with every aspect of practice, you start to see that the utilization is still needed there.
Because if we don't do it, then we are on a dualistic mindset.
If we don't do that, if you don't create that connection, then we are sort of like, it seems like we are only realizing emptiness from one perspective. Yeah, this is like the question you asked that nun and the answer that the nun gave. Yeah? Thinking from one perspective. Oh, from a Buddhist perspective, then yes, like this. There's unity there. There's no, there's no universal application there. Then Dharma is universal application. It's not,
And then if we don't do that in every aspect of our lives, then there's always going to be tension and there's always going to be grasping.
No, then habituation tends to get you.
Right. And,
Yeah. Then if habituation tends to get you, then your practice tends to decline. And this is why even if it makes, even if it makes on one side and you only look at that side, then the other side, then even the what we say, what I call the conviction on this side tends to disappear slowly. Because your love is the same thing, no? You learn to apply to one person, like we were talking, expanding the circle. Yeah, you start loving one person, you show compassion and love to other person, third person, fourth person. Each and every person becomes a source where you need to practice love. It's not I practice on one person and suddenly poof, my love for everyone just arises. It's not like that. It doesn't happen like that. Logically, it makes sense. Yes, he's from sentient being. He's from that. Sorry, but generally, whoever it may be, if sentient being, then we look. Sentient being. Therefore, samsara. Therefore, need to compassion develop, so on and so forth. So that is there, and the logic is very relatable. Yeah, he's sentient being. He's sentient being. There's sentient being. Animal sentient being. This is why it takes 2 hours for Rinpoche to mention all of the sentient beings, to include all of them. Yeah, if you ever been to Lama Zopa Rinpoche's prayer, then the ant here, the ant there, the frog here, the mosquito there. You have seen Rinpoche making that kind of prayer? To us, huh? Yeah? Yes, oh yes, there you go, oh yes. For us, we say all mother sentient beings, then finish, gone. Because our utilization, we think, if I say sentient beings, includes everyone, finish. Then I can practice for everyone. Doesn't work like that. Not as easy as we think it is. If you want true development, true essence, true feeling from deep within in depth of your heart, then you need to practice every single one. This is where the expansion comes. Expansion is not a decision, don't forget that. Decision we make every day. Expansion is not a decision. From tomorrow I'm going to be a Buddhist, I'm going to include all mother sentient beings in my prayer, I'm going to practice compassion to all mother sentient beings. This is just a decision. Expansion is not a decision. Expansion happens through practice. Huh? Make sense? Okay? Okay, good. Yeah, so then then arises joy. So through the application of calm mind, then if you have a calm mind, then the applying of the analysis makes more sense. you're able to grasp onto the analysis more better. You're able to make sense of things much better when you are calm. Now this is, I think I told this yesterday as well. When you have a sea that is in turmoil, yeah, what we say, storm, the ocean, what do you say, moving like this? What do you say? What do you call that?
Turbulent.
Yeah, turbulent. Yeah. So when you have a turbulent sea like this, then you try to, what was the one? Ski.
Jet ski.
Yeah, jet ski. You go jet ski on it. You're not going to end up getting anywhere. You might drown there. Yeah, this might be the last time you ever ride. And when you make decision, when the mind is all over the place, then this is where all the extreme actions happen. This is where the killings happen. Anger, hatred, that, this, you decide, okay, I'm going to take action. Then what action am I going to take? The first thing is knife, guns, that, this. So, when the mind is turbulent like this, and you make analysis, then every analysis that coming into the mind is supported by the emotion. If you're making decision out of fear, then every analytic side is going to be out of fear. Same example I gave yesterday in regards to love. If you are infatuated by beauty, then every decision is based on that. I'm willing to give up my life, I'm willing to give up my mother, give up everything for this. Yeah? This happens. So, to have a calm mind in order to make decision, then you look. This is when after the turbulence, everything goes by, then we recall. We think back, then I think, I made such a stupid decision. I did such a stupid thing. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, why did I think like this? Why did you think? Because you thought you're analyzing in turbulence. That's why you think. That's when regret comes, that's when all of these other things start to appear. Because now you are at a calm mind, your analysis is more clear. You are able to see things from more angles, and your emotion is not subjected to change the analysis. Yeah, so therefore, calm mind, develop calm, abiding, important in that sense as well. Yeah, then through then the applies of analysis. So now the analysis that we were discussing for the last 4-5 days, these analysis now applied once the calm mind is there. Then these analysis, what are the focus of this analysis? This analysis, like we said, is not focused not to establish the view of emptiness, not to establish the nature of emptiness, not to establish anything. Is to understand dependent origination. Unify dependent origination with existence. And then see the inherent existence dissolve. And this is what I call the dissolving of the analysis. Yeah? So everything dissolves. The inherentness of everything starts to dissolve. Everything is codependent. Everything exists on codependence. Whether it's permanent, whether it's impermanent, whether it's empty, whether it's true nature, whether it's non-true nature, whether it's conventional, whether it's ultimate, everything depends on the existence of the balance of dependent origination. Nothing's there, yet exist. Make sense? Yeah? So then, after the analysis dissolves, then now you have the, the calm mind analyzing. Now, after that, after the analysis dissolves, then what remains? Only the calmness remains. This is the mundane calmness that you talk. This is the definition of calm abiding. So, at the end, what is achieved is a calm state. And that, now this is through calm abiding, through the practice of the view of emptiness. Okay, so through that, then what is left is the calmness remains, and not just the calmness remains. The calmness remains not momentarily, because it's not dependent. And the calmness is not is genuine, it's sincere and unconditional, as I say. It's not based on fabrication. It's non-fabricated calmness, so therefore more stable. Make sense? Yeah, so stable longer. Yeah. Yes.
This calmness is also dependent arising.
Yes. Dependent arising.
So it's not permanent. I mean, it goes, comes and goes.
Yeah, not permanent, but because your fixation is not there, then the experience is completely different. Like when the fixation is there, then the experience is different. When the fixation is there, then generally what happens is the moment a small distraction happens, then the exact opposite of calmness happens. Turbulence starts to happen. When the fixation is not there, then even this thing come, distractions and sounds and all of this come, there is no turbulence. Then not being in the turbulence itself also very calm. So therefore it seems to last. It's not like non-dependent. Maybe if you have concentration, then distraction, then your concentration maybe disappears. Your ability to concentrate on single pointedness disappears. But that generally, when your ability to, when your single pointedness and the calm is there because of the single pointedness and you're distracted, then the moment the single pointedness disappears, the calm also disappears. But when is non-fabricated calmness, then even if the single pointedness is not there, the calmness is still there. Because your reaction is completely different. Now this one you can see, if you have two person, one calm person and one not calm person, what do you call? Agitated person. Yeah, you have two person, one sitting here, one sitting there. Then both meditating on I don't know, on something or single pointed or whatever. Then first you go calm person, you shake his hand, he's like this. Then he slowly open his eyes and slowly look back. Yes. Yeah. Then the agitated person, you go like this. Then what? So the whole reaction different. You see what I mean? Something like that. So there's definitely difference in non-fabricated calmness and actually indulging in calmness. There's two completely different things. Non-fabricated calmness, the calmness is coming. Fabricated calmness, the calmness is developed. So there's a little bit difference there. And this development happens with the graspingness there. So people who are normally frustrated that they cannot remain single-pointed. There's frustration. I try to focus, I cannot focus. Then frustration comes out. So now you are depending a lot on that dependence. Dependent, instead of depending that on the dependent of nature, dependent origination, now you're depending on emotion, you're depending on thoughts, you're depending on competition. Oh, she can do this, I cannot do this. And so the whole perspective, same situation, but the whole perspective in integrating the dependence is completely different again. Make sense? Yes? Okay. Now tea time, tea break.
Can you please explain what is fixation in this calmness?
What is fixation?
Obsession.
Yeah? What is fixation? I think Fixation, then now need to think a little bit. Fixation. I think fixation depending on few different things. Yeah, fixation, first fixation, I think depending on what we say, depending on how do we say, what brings burnout? How do you get burnout? Like too much pushing, too much.
When something consumes us.
Yeah. So that consumption, yeah. Fixation is when the consumption is there. When something too much, consuming too much. You are not considering your capability. So burnout happens. Fixation is when burnout happens because there's no consideration on capability. That's one part of it. Then second part of it is, I think, need. Want and need. Fixation is want and need. So supported by the concept of wanting and needing. I need it, I want it, I must do it, I have to have it. That's more on the fixation part. So want and need. Then with fixation also comes a discouragement. When the moment doesn't happen, then discouragement. If the fixation is there, then the fixation doesn't develop as you want it, then problem there. So it's conditioned. It's not unconditional. So these, I think, three qualities that exist in the concept of fixation. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
You had used the word fixation needs to be there for the calmness to remain. So I think there's a little bit of a misunderstanding there in his question of what is fixation. My understanding is you use the word fixation as to stabilize. Is that, because you said fixation needs to be there for the calmness to remain.
I say that?
That's what I heard. You said it was fixation is like the single pointedness.
Oh, I said single pointed concentration. Not fixation. I don't think I said fixation. Single pointed concentration is needed. Fixation is more, I don't know now, it seems like it depends on what you think, but but then fixation I think is more a little bit of a negative side to it. Because fixation, you already see that there's the grasping part there. No? Single pointed concentration is totally to do with the ability of the mind. I don't think fixation there.
Fixation and grasping is not the same. It's quite similar, right? Correct.
That's a good contemplation. What do you think?
For me, it was sounding like synonymous.
No, don't listen to what I say. What do you think? What do you think the difference? Do you think there is a difference between fixation and grasping or no?
Fixation is a word that doesn't make much sense from my Spanish mind. I mean, fixation is, I don't really know what is it. I don't know the meaning. I was looking in the internet, the meaning of fixation.
And what does it say?
When the attention becomes rigid and make a thing of the experience. Well, I am translating from Spanish, sorry.
Make a thing of the experience.
It's a cognitive error.
Cognitive error?
Yes.
So what
things like that.
Huh? Yeah, like obsession?
Yeah.
Yeah, so in that case, yeah, maybe. More, like I said, more of a non-genuine, non-sincere, non-conditional aspect of focus. Yeah? We have focus, which is like in the middle, sort of balance, Then we have fixation here, which is a focus that is non-genuine, non-sincere, and non-conditional. It is conditional, yeah, it is conditioned, it is not genuine, and it is not sincere. Because like I said, is not genuine because it produces burnout, and it's not sincere because there's so much pride in it, so much want and need in it. Yeah, then you have the opposite side. So what do we say? Balance side, fixation. What is it called? What did I say the middle part was?
Concentration.
Yeah, concentration. Yeah, concentration, fixation. Then development on this one, I think more like joy. Where there is concentration, yes, but there's no fixation. There's liberty. Like I said, when there's calmness and joy, then even reactions is calm, joyful. So something like that, I think. Make sense? Okay, so tea time or yeah, tea time? Tea time. Okay, tea time. Tea time. So through that, then the calmness supports the supports the non-dualistic view, non-fabricated view. So the intrinsic nature. Now you're starting to, the concept of the intrinsic nature is starting to arise better. So through that, then utilization. So this is, I think, the method of the utilization of the what we call vipassana, chegom. Yeah, chegom. What we say, analytics in non-fabrication of reality, seeing reality for what it is, and understanding reality for what it is. And this application now, utilization. Once that application, like I said, once the understanding is there, then understanding doesn't equal practice. So practice is utilization. So the first concept of utilization, because through this development of wisdom, now we start to see reality of the reality of method. Also non-fabricated. So non-fabricated wisdom utilized in method. So method to achieve enlightenment, compassion, development of compassion. So with compassion, then you need a lot of qualities, and all of the qualities, these qualities come from understanding what we say, true nature of reality or the emptiness. The methods, what we say, the things that we need in order to integrate compassion into our life. This one, whether it be the emotions, whether it be the understanding, whether it be the the logic behind it, whether we need a lot of convincing in order to do something meaningful. Non-meaningful things we don't need to come. What do you say? We don't need. What did I say? Convincing, yeah. So non-meaningful things we don't need much convincing, because non-meaningful things normally integrated with our emotions, integrated with momentary things. These are more of that thing. But then when it's meaningful, and if it's long-lasting, and if it is resulting, then normally we are too impatient. Yeah. First our ignorance, then our impatience, then our lack of like I said, lack of wisdom, then the lack of application, laziness kicks in, procrastination kicks in, all of these kick in. So therefore it stops us from achieving what we want to achieve. Even though it makes sense, the moment you try to take the step, then it's always, what if not? I have time. Then the concept of permanence that we've been talking about the last 3 days also kicks in. I still have time, no rush, no that, no this. So these things start to kick in. So because all of these kick in, so unity of compassion and wisdom only happens once you understand wisdom through practicing of the what we say, non-fabricated analysis. So non-fabricated analysis leading to utilizing the wisdom in the method. So this is where compassion comes in. Yeah. So through that, then I think last time I mentioned genuinity, sincerity, unconditionality. These qualities come with non-fabrication. Yeah? When there's fabrication, then genuinity disappears. Yeah? Genuinity disappears because there's a lot of burnouts. We get subdued. What do we say? What do you call that? Subjugated. Subdued. Very fast.
Disheartened?
Disheartened. Yeah. So this is so the impatient kicks out, and when the impatient kicks out, then the result seems to be very long. No matter how much you do, doesn't seem like any change. And then our expectations keep on growing, so there's no fulfillment to our expectations. And we always want more. Same thing with money, right? When you have $10, then those who have $1,000, you think, just $1,000 enough. I don't need more. Then you have $1,000, then $10,000. You see the people who have 10,000. Oh, if only I had $10,000, that would be more than enough. Yeah, this is the growing. Then you go to $10,000, then $1 million. Oh, then you start to see the ones who have the $1 million. Oh, if only I had $1 million, then I'll be settled. I'm happy. I no need any more. Then you reach the point where you have $1 million. Then they have $1 billion. much more ability, much more freedom, much more that. Then the labeling starts to kick in. So the consistency in never achieving what you want to achieve, or achieving but never satisfied with the achievement. These two things happen. And this is because of the, the inherentness that we start to see now. So if it's not genuine, then we burn out easily. So because we burn out easily, developing genuinity becomes hard through that. Then because through that also, because the utilization of pride is always there. The I, like I said, as long as you don't work with the I, the self-centered I is always going to appear. The moment your ignorance is there, the moment the ignorance kicks out, the self-centeredness comes out. This is why if, like let's say for example, when my mother falls sick, then first intention, oh, my mother's so kind, look after me, take care of me, brought me to this earth, supported me. So now I want to pay back, I want to give back, I want to do this, I want to do that better. So then you go, then look after her. Then one day, okay, then 2 days, okay, she also, then balance is there, maintenance is there in regards to emotional outbursts, in regards to dissatisfaction, in regards to that, in regards to this, the balance is there. Maybe 1 week, maybe 2 weeks, maybe 1 month. Then after that, you can't always keep things hidden inside, right? Slowly it shows. Generally in the East, I don't know, Eastern culture, if you want to say Eastern culture or whatever, but that one in our system, for example, it doesn't show forwardly. It shows through like indirectly. So instead of telling things in front of you, oh, you are doing this wrong and I don't like it, then it's telling other people, oh, he does this wrong and I don't like it. Then slowly comes like this around to you, no? So this is why we call aunties, Aunties in our culture, our community are called BBC and CNN. They go to Bodhanath, they go circumambulating Bodhanath, then they meet community, then they're all the disciples, oh, they're doing this, oh, he's doing that, then all the problem of the world gets spilled there. Aunties and the people, uncle, they're going like this, so everything comes out. Then you don't hear directly there, you are very nice, how are you doing, then behind, this person did this person did that, they're doing this. So we say, if you want a history lesson, if you want history lesson of a person, then you need to go to these gatherings. You'll know everything about this person. So they sit there, looking like this, and then suddenly you walk by, is this person? Then the other one, yes. Oh, his mother is like that. Oh, yeah. Then they moved there. Oh, his father did this before. Oh, yeah. Then his brother is married to this person and they have 2 kids and they have this house. All history comes out. So different means of reaching the same place, but then anyway, the news reaches to you. So something like that. So pride. So the pride is always there in regards to our own emotions. And how we react to it, sometimes we push it down, which is not the right means. Sometimes we throw it out, which is also not the right means. This is also, again, in the teaching of the view of emptiness, this is there, right? Balance. So that is there. Then, of course, after the two of those, implication of the two of those, then we call conditioning. Yeah, so the concept of unconditional. Now this unconditional doesn't mean non-dependent, okay? Don't confuse these two things. Yeah, conditioning and unconditional. Unconditional is in regards to the two things, yeah, the burnout and the pride, the two extremes. There the conditioning. Conditioning is there. Giving up too easily, getting or being too, what do we say? Too much grasping. So condition normally on that basis. So when you are able to develop genuine, sincere, unconditional compassion, now then you start to see the joy in it. I think this one we can also experience, right? Generally human beings condition. Then you see small animals, dogs, small cats, baby rabbits, baby. The more innocent and cute, the more unconditional it tends to become. Then the unconditionalness is very natural. The joy is there. Even the dog bites you and makes scratches and all of that. Still unconditional. Huh? You don't care. Huh? Need to be there. Need to care. Need to serve. This is there. So this is unconditional. True unconditionality. So compassion starts there. And like I said, reaching the supreme emotion is about. It's not about. Like I said earlier, it's the practice itself is not about understanding. Understanding is one part of it. Understanding is the first level of it. But then it's the utilization, expansion of the circle that we've been talking about. That is where the true practice is. And this one, no one can guide you, no one can hold your hand and pull you in out of the circle or widen, push and widen your circle. This doesn't happen. This is internal. How does your mind react? When you look around and you're dissatisfied here and dissatisfied there and never, the happiness is never there. And when your way of doing things has to be completely different from everything else. We sit down, we look in our mind, we see our own emotions. Like I say, there's no shitting ourselves. Yeah? We see, it's like looking into a mirror. Yeah? There's a scratch here, you see the scratch here. There's a scratch here, you see the scratches. There's no hiding. In front of others we can hide, we can put what you call cream and all of those other things we can hide. But with yourself you can't do this, no? This is reality. You start to see, you look at your mind, there's no hiding there. You see what is. Whether it's emotions, whether it's anger, whether it's hatred, whether it's jealousy, whether it's pride, this is there. So your willingness to work with it has to be there also, no? Just like you're hiding from others, if you're trying to hide from yourself, that's not going to work at all. Externally at least you can do something to hide it. Behavior is there, right? One side it is pushing everything away, then in front is like, that is you can do, no problem. But internally that is there. So there's no hiding there. Yeah? There's none of that there. So because you are able to see it so clearly, then realization of needing to work with it has to be there also. Without realizing that you need to work with and still holding on to, this is my identity, this is me, this is how I am. With that kind of grasping, then your whole identity is getting lost. Because change is there. Even though you are holding on like this, change is there. Change is going to happen. What are you going to do when the change happens? then this one is not working out. Yeah, this grasping is not working out, and then it's changing, is not in your control. Well, it is in your control, but it seems like it's not in your control. And then the burnout starts to happen. I think this is where most emotions start to, the extreme parts of the emotions start to come out. You're either, what do we say in lung, they say, no? You're taking medicine for lung. It's either that or it is closing the door, shutting off everyone, not wanting to participate, not wanting to do this, not wanting to acknowledge, not wanting to care. No, this is dangerous then. Then there's separation, no? Separation, this happens on the innate level, inherent level. The separation happens not just externally, it happens on the inherent level inside the I, the inherent level separation. Then if you are inherently separating yourself from everything, then what happens? Then loneliness is going to creep in for sure. There is no avoidance. Once you push out everyone from your house, then the house is going to be empty for sure. This is cause and condition. You can't expect the house to be full when you want it to be, and the house to be empty when you want it to be. This is this is not working. So stabilization in that. So through that, then I think a clarity in activity without fixation starts to become more integratable on every aspect of practice. Whether you practice a Four Noble Truth, whether you're practicing patience, whether you're practicing generosity, whether you're practicing compassion, whether you're practicing ethical behavior, whether you're practicing, strength, your own strength, then whether you're studying, practicing the methods to develop that. And I think even in wish, that tends to work out. Because the wish, the mindset, the motivation is the wish. The motivation is clear, then the action becomes clear. So even in motivation, I think it tends to work out. This is why within the, within the eight paramita, then 10 paramita, then malam also comes. Top to malam vishi. And that is also mentioned there. So integration of this with the 10 paramitas, like I mentioned earlier, beautiful combination of how to utilize. Sitting here, meditating, closing your eyes is understanding. It's not utilizing. Utilizing is making, consistency. Consistency is making sure that you keep doing it no matter what. Consistency, if you're constantly exercising, then whether it's cold, you're exercising. Whether it's hot, you're exercising. This is constant exercise. The moment it's hot and you stop exercising, then we say you broke your consistency. So you need to understand that consistency is not in the external change, it's in the internal motive to keep on going no matter the external change. Practice is consistency. Compassion, no matter the subject or no matter the object of compassion, the compassion remains same. This is consistency. No matter the person, good person, bad person, nice person, not nice person, whatever the object changing, subject remain in the state of compassion. This is consistency, no? This is where we have problem. To understand someone, to show compassion to a small puppy, nearly anyone can do. Yes?
Is compassion clouded by pity?
Compassion clouded by pity. Compassion clouded by pity.
Contaminated by pity.
Compassion contaminated by pity. No, I don't think so. Pity can be utilized. But I think we have the subjective belief that pity is sometimes looking down upon. But I don't think pity is looking down upon. I don't know, that one you need to work on defining what pity actually means.
It is usually in negative connotation.
Yes? Okay. So in that case, maybe, yes. I don't know how to define the concept of pity. Normally, with the concept of pity, I always think on conditions. It's the condition that is the pity, no? It's not the person. The condition that the person creates in order to exist, then we say pity. But we don't think so deep into it. We always think the state of pityness, just the state. Because this state is different from condition. No? I think Julia and I was having a talk about pity and compassion. What did we come to conclusion? Do you remember?
Because I also associated it with a kind of looking down.
Yes.
And
Mike.
I also associated it with more of a kind of looking down. So I also have a similar kind of question. That,
Yes.
that it's kind of contaminating compassion because of the kind of putting down people.
Yes.
Or like disempowering people or but I think like what I got from your answer was that that's one side. It is a beautiful situation, but at the same time, to balance and look at the positive qualities and look at the potential, and to have this play between the pity and the compassion, but also the potential qualities of the person in the situation.
Yeah. So, yeah. Yes?
For me, it becomes also clear when I look at myself, as I'm so poor, I have pity, I'm so poor. I had to take this and that. But when I have self-compassion, it's very different.
Yes.
Then I open my heart to myself.
Yes.
And self-pity, no.
Okay. So I think there you need to see if the pity, is useful or not. If you are able to utilize pity to develop a potential, then why not? If pity doesn't develop potential, if you look at it and say, I feel pity, forget about it, then it's useless. But I feel pity, then I want to make change. Now that is potential, no? What is. If I don't have hand, then I don't have hand. I can't say, oh no, you still have hand, believe that you have hand. That makes no sense. So if you are in samsara, it's a pitiful state, it is. But then utilizing that, from that understanding of the pitiful state, then compassion arises. Potential arises. Now that is useful. So again, from the view of emptiness, so it's not about defining it. It's about dependent origination. Yeah, Dependent, if it can become the cause of something that it can be developed, then why not? Without seeing pitiful state, then again the question comes, how are you going to develop compassion? If you see everything equal, we say equal, right? Everything equal, maybe this is how not to be feeling pitiful. If everything is equal, then no pity everywhere. Yeah? Just self-love, self-compassion, that's it, we say. But this is, I think, our way of trying to manipulate ourselves to, I don't know, to see things in a different way, see things better, see things the way it is not. So it's like emptiness, but the exact opposite of the logic of emptiness. Seeing things for reality, instead of seeing things in reality, you're creating another reality. Right? So I think there is necessary to see things for what they are. Whether you want to consist pittiness, put pittiness in that or not, that one, like I said, I think it depends a lot on how you develop. If compassion arises through pittiness, then you need to learn to utilize pittiness. If I just say, pity, I see a beggar, oh, poor person, poor soul, oh, poor being. Then suddenly, okay, let's go and eat, let's go and enjoy, let's go and party. Then pity is like what you said, completely useless. It's putting someone down and not doing anything about it. But if you see the state, pity, in this state, oh, I want to help. Because he is in this state, then the wanting to help arising, then good to utilize. Wanting to make a change, then good to utilize. This is same what I was saying. Buddha look at yeah, Buddha look at our state in samsara, then it's beautiful. But then, okay, now I'm going to do something about it. Now I'm going to reach enlightenment. I'm going to share the wisdom of how to reach how to escape that pitiful state. Now that is utilizing pittiness. Pittiness? Is there pittiness? Yeah? Utilizing pittiness in the wrong way. Just pity. Yeah, just pity, okay. Yeah, so this is utilizing just pity in the right way. This is what I think anyway. But this is something to contemplate, I think. Yeah, I think there are differences in how we use words. Yeah, there's differences in how we use words. I don't exactly know what the whole construct of pity is, but then we say, pity. We do say, nyingje, what do you call that? Yeah? Yeah, it's like use pity. Yeah, but then I don't know how the usage, the term usage is in the Western concept. So
perhaps there is a layer of pity towards yourself, like stagnancy without feeling that it takes you nowhere. And then you're just like feeling sorry, but there is no positive energy to make a change.
Yeah,
just sitting with that.
This is just, I think this is an emotional reaction. It's like pride, If you are just sitting in pride, then pride keep growing, then you're not making change, then same thing. You end up full of pride. Then self-pity, same thing. You stay in pity, but you don't try to make change, pity, then you're just growing, So like I said, establishing potential, establishing reality. You see a state of pittiness, and then you think, okay, I can, let's say there's a small kid, beggar, 5 years old. I look, oh, pitiful state. Then second thing I say, but even though pitiful state, the mind that this kid has, potential. So now I see the potential and I say, okay, he has the potential to be out of that state. Then the utilization, okay, I give you, scholarship, I give you schooling, material schooling, free education, that, free place, this. Develop. Change the state of pittiness. Transform. So that is also something. So like I said, emotion is emotion. If you just leave it, then it's going to be that. Anger is anger. If you just leave it, let anger come, then it's just going to grow. So utilization is there. You want to make a change, then you need to go, the anger that is there, the pittiness that is there, the compassion that is there, you need to do something about it. The whole reason why compassion is the supreme emotion is going beyond extent to actually do something about it. This is why compassion is so amazing. The circle, all mother sentient beings. This is one thing. My mind doesn't even capture that. We say from the mouth, we say all sentient beings, all mother sentient beings. But then when it comes down to specification, then there's, but maybe here I cannot show compassion, I'm not willing to show compassion here. Then here, if they do this, then I will show compassion. If they don't, then I won't. Then if I'm tired, then forget about it, I won't for now. I'll work on it later. So all of these things are involved now.
So because we're on the topic of compassion right now, there's somebody watching the live and asked in the group chat of Root Institute a question that I'm giving through to you. The whole teaching focused on dependent origination and emptiness, middle way, and compassion just crept in without much of an introduction. If you could kindly say more on the linkage of compassion to the middle way teachings. That's what this person is asking for.
You want to know the link to compassion? Then you need to study renunciation. This class on what is it? This 1 week thing is on middle way. Yeah, so this 1 week thing is on middle way. This is why the whole structure is being built on middle way. But yeah. When it comes to compassion, then compassion starts on another level. Compassion starts on renunciation. Compassion starts, I think, it's not that I didn't cover, I think I covered. First day we were talking about emotions, we were talking about the self, we were talking about existence, reality, how we are, what we feel, what is so real about the feelings that we have. Anger, hatred, desire, attachment, all this destructive emotion. So first day we talked about all of this. That is samsara. Yeah. So now you look at samsara, the concept of samsara, duje kowa chen pungpo, yeah, the body, the nature of the body, korwa samsara, duje, what is it, compounded phenomena. So through that, then comes the concept of renunciation. How do I renounce? Yeah. Now, in order to renounce, two things necessary: wisdom, method. Middle way is the wisdom side. Then compassion is the method. How do I utilize it? Why is wisdom necessary? Wisdom, the whole reason why we're talking about all these things is because of enlightenment. The potential for you to be liberated from samsara. So, potential for you to be liberated from samsara is there. So, utilizing the methods and the wisdom to free yourself from samsara, also there. So, they say emptiness cannot go without compassion, compassion cannot go without emptiness when it comes to enlightenment. The two wings. And then renunciation is the root. Because without renunciation, the want to develop the wisdom and the method does not come. So renunciation is the root. And how do you understand renunciation? By understanding samsara. Yeah, so that is there. Now, when it comes to the... Yes? You are saying something?
Just to follow up with that question, can you just elaborate a little bit? You mentioned, that that emptiness and compassion are the two wings of the bird, and you can't have compassion without emptiness, and not emptiness without compassion. Can you just speak specifically to how insight into emptiness provides compassion, and how going deep into compassion and opening that circle shines a light on emptiness? Can you just speak specifically to that?
Yes. Emptiness, I think, emptiness is the logic behind why you need to expand your circle. And compassion is the method to expand the circle. We talk about expanding the circle, right? First 2 days we talked all about expanding the circles. Why? Logically, physically, emotionally, intelligently, analytically, from all methods expanding the circle, right? So the whole method of expanding the circle through compassion, the logic behind why you should expand the circle, the view of emptiness. So anyway, I'm going to go deeper into this. When it comes to emotions, you look at our own mind, you look at our own heart. Yeah? Like I said earlier, we are beings of immense capability. We are so free, yet we feel that we have no freedom. We are so fortunate, yet we feel that we are not fortunate. We have hands that can move and that can do and that can, dance and that can do all things, yet there is no value for our hands. Same thing with the mind. We have the mind that is potential of great liberation because the nature of it is liberated. Yet, we don't utilize our mind in the right way. So you see all of this, right? This is there. This is in our daily life, in our nature. This is there. So now understanding that yes, potential is there, liberation is there, ability is there, freedom is there. Why am I still so stuck here? It seems so far. Everything. Freedom seems so far. Even after having billions of dollars, freedom seems so far. Even after conquering in the early stages of the world, there was a lot of conquering. The Mongol Empire went and conquered all of this. The Roman Empire went and conquered all of this. Yet still, after conquering all of these things, they're still so far. So what is it about? So this is the emotion part, no? But then there is sense of release within our experience as well. There's sense of joy when you are near someone you love. Especially as kids. Even if you do not have shoes, even if you do not have hat, even if your clothes is torn, when you get to play, there's sense of joy. There's complete indulgence in sense of joy. When you see something suffering, when you see a dog suffering on the side of the road, the selflessness completely arises. Then you don't care whether there's blood here, whether you get dirty, whether the dog shits on you. All of this disappears, right? So you see that the quality of compassion is way beyond anything. Your mind is at such ease that nothing tends to bother you anymore. Do you get a sense of that? Little bit of sense of that? Oh, I'm sure a lot of you have had similar experiences in that. I think each and every person will have had that experience. A sense of genuine, sincere, unconditional love that expresses joy in what you do. Complete freedom. No illusion. No what we call fabrication. No conditioning. Just completely letting go. Willingly, happily, joyfully. Huh? Yes, yes. A lot of heads nodding. Yes, that is there. The experience is there. Why are you denying that? No need to deny it. It's there. But that is just a small glimpse. Small glimpse. It's just like a small spark. The moment the eye comes out, then that spark disappears. The moment someone questions your ability, that's normally when it disappears. Because the ego comes out. Because the graspingness comes out. Because the graspingness starts to question whether it's right, whether it's wrong, whether it should be done lawfully, whether it's done this, whether it's done that. If you had to think about 10 different things before actually having to develop this compassion towards a dog that has been hit by a car on the side of the road with a broken leg, if you had to think 10 different reasons to why you want to develop that, you won't find a reason. You won't. Because this is what I said, non-fabricated. All reasons are fabricated. This is non-fabricated. The reality of peace and joy is just innately in it. Because you are able to let go of all of those grasping. So that's just a small experience. Now developing that is developing compassion. Yeah? Achieving the state of Aryahood is achieving limitless joy and in completely letting go of all of those grasping that is existence everywhere. And then because of that, truly experiencing the joy, whatever you are doing. Yeah, whether it is helping someone, whether it is, yeah. Do you need 10 different reasons when you see an old person, on a crutch needing to cross the road, not finding anyone to help them? Do I need to give you 10 different reasons to actually go there and hold the hand and to help that person cross the road? Do I have to convince you that joy is going to come when you do that? No, we don't. It's naturally there. Why? Because the self, this completely disappears. Everything we've been talking about when it comes to emptiness, the graspingness, yeah, all of this, what do we say, the fabrication, the grasping, the inherent nature, these are all gone there. This is why. Make sense? Yeah, make sense? So, compassion is the method to developing that. Utilizing what you have in order to develop even further. Like I said, this happens, for us it happens on very peculiar or very specific times and moments. And this time I think the first thing is to do with innocence, I think. Yeah, I don't know how, somehow our mind just, when it comes to innocence, it just lets go of everything. It's like a drug. Yeah? When it comes to innocence, then we are able to actually experience a little bit of this, what this whole thing is talking about. A little bit of an experience. Then the second one is when you truly care. When you truly care and the conditions do not matter, then this experience also comes. But that is very specific, and it happens once and twice a lifetime maybe. And if you're lucky, maybe a little bit more. But this is, like I said, it's just a flickering. This is why people who tend to hold on to things is because of that experience. They receive this experience from that and they hold on. Especially people who are doing whatever social work. They experience this. And it's sort of like an out-of-the-world experience in some sense. Because it's not dependent on anything. It's just the emotion reacting very naturally, the mind accepting very naturally, The ability coming very naturally. You're not asking 10 different questions, whether you can lift the dog, whether you can take the dog, whether there will be a vet, whether there is this, whether... No. Yeah, so that is existent there. And this, I always say the small sparks of compassion. This experience is there. And then, so Buddha say, yes, did you notice that experience? Yeah. Ah, that is the method. That is the method. But without the utilization of wisdom, then the method also a little bit unstable. And the reason why it becomes unstable is because the wisdom is what makes the method, like I said, active without fixation. Because the fixation is going to come, the I is going to come naturally. At one point, the I is going to come. And there are people who help because of that emotion, they help. But then after helping, then when the I comes out, now expectation arises. And there are these stories, right? Someone pulls someone from a burning car today. Then social media, oh, this person very kind, this person helped save this person. Now the I start to grow. Then tomorrow, then file a case. I want something in reward. I need pay, I need that, I need this. Yes, please.
Rinpoche, would you agree that when we really relax, okay, we just relax and become less uptight, there's a natural wisdom that is there, a spaciousness in the mind, and when there's that spaciousness, it seems like, we don't question. It can be unfabricated.
Yes.
It's there in everybody, but we never relax.
Yes.
We're always busy with something in our minds.
Yes.
So would you say there's a basic sanity that comes up when we stop trying to be, too involved with our thought process? And
this is where wisdom is necessary, I think. And this is where wisdom is necessary. This is why compassion goes so well with wisdom. Because this feeling does come when there is completely letting go.
So sense of space.
Yeah, sense of space. Like you say, when you empty the room, that's when you can now figure out, okay, I'm going to... When you have the room full of things and you try to figure out and move things around, it gets very hard. You take everything out of the room and you look at the room now. Okay, now you can start to figure out, okay, this can go here, this can go here, this can go here. Right? So I think same concept, but then utilization of wisdom becomes important because of this reason. Because when you completely let go and when you completely indulge, then there is again a need for that indulgement. Need for that indulgement, that experience. So without wisdom, then that experience becomes an experience that is necessary. That becomes an experience of grasping. It's like today you feel, you see the dog, on the side of the road hit by a car, broken leg, then you feel that emotion, that complete let go. So you take the dog, you're able to take it to the vet, you're able to help it, and then the vet, ties it up, fixes whatever it is, wounds, stitches the wounds. Now, then the doctor says, you have saved this dog. And there's joy, and there's pride. Now, slowly after that, then the pride starts coming with the joy that, oh yeah, I saved the dog. Yeah. Then it's similar now, if you don't apply wisdom, it's similar to wishing that there was another dog that is hit by a car tomorrow. So that you can experience that same experience again. That is the problem, without wisdom.
So
So you wouldn't agree, Rinpoche, that if you're someone who can have a spacious mind again and again, that's not enough.
That's not enough.
The ego will keep on coming.
Yes.
Without analysis.
Without analysis, without the wisdom, then the ego, the ego is just there.
So there's no innate wisdom that comes when you empty your mind. You have to work for it through analysis, like the Gelugpas would say. Whereas some other traditions might not emphasize analysis quite so much. Maybe.
So there is. Now I'm not going to say Gelugpa, Nyingma, Sakya, Kagyu, this tradition, that tradition. In the teaching of Buddha, then through the concept of the Mahayana concept, then yes, that analysis is necessary, because that analysis is what keeps you in check to understand that the true nature of that graspingness does not exist. The experience is just experience. Like I said, that experience is experience, but it's just an experience. It doesn't motivate you to do anything. It doesn't push you down to do anything. It's just experience. It's like being under the tree with the wind, little bit of sun, feeling comfortable and just relaxing. That's an experience.
Not sure I agree, because sometimes you can, in that situation of a wounded dog or person, if your mind is spacious enough, there is some real feeling and compassion, and you do something.
No. Compassion is there. Compassion is there. Doing is there. Action is there. Everything is there. Yeah, like I said, when you see the dog, then first is the unbearableness. What an unbearable feeling. That's the first thing that arises when you see the situation. Then through that, then the selflessness arises. Because it's unbearable, then the selflessness arises. So therefore then, I will do, I want to do. So then actually, not just the want and the doing, but actually taking the action, moving forward, taking the steps into doing it. That also inside.
What I'm saying is that I'm influenced by some other teachers as well, including non-Buddhist teachers, like Krishnamurti. He says if you can really attentively observe something without the observer, without me getting in the way, then there's no problem.
Yeah, there's no problem in the situation.
Getting in the way.
Yeah. While the situation, while in compassion, while in that state, no problem. The problem arises after. If you can continuously be in the state, then that's good. That's good, then no problem, of course no problem. Yeah. But we cannot continuously be in the state without the wisdom. Without the integration of the logic, cannot continue being in the state. Impossible.
Unless you have very strong previous life instincts, perhaps.
No matter how strong previous life instinct, I think without the practice part, impossible.
Thank you.
I think this is this is based on the concept, yeah. So without the practice part of developing that wisdom, then impossible. You can experience this, you can be truly, like I said, this is sparks of compassion. You can be in the state of compassion during that single moment. But then, we have much more practice in ego. Countless lifetimes of practice in ego, countless lifetime practice in anger, countless lifetime practice in hatred, so on and so on, and delusional. As long as you are in samsara, your ignorance is there. This is what the whole concept of samsara is, built on the basis of ignorance. And this is compiled throughout lifetimes. So you are a master in ignorance. We are all masters in ignorance. Yeah? So to truly break it, just one experience of is not going to break it. Yeah? That our expectation of one experience is breaking everything, this is kind of illogical. But this is like saying, oh yeah, you know, whole life you kill, you murder, you do that, you do this, but at the about to die, then you take full faith, then liberate it. I don't know, kind of illogical in that sense, no? So it's similar to that, I think. Make sense? Yeah. Okay, lunchtime? 12 now? Lunchtime? Okay. 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 Okay, lunchtime. Enjoy lunch.